What's up, everybody? Daniel Jobber here, and I'm here to talk about Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, and maybe a little bit of Seth Rollins. Particularly, I'm here to talk about a recent article I read by ringtalk.com and a podcast that they contained within their article by Brian Thornsburg, because I found myself reading the article and watching the podcast or listening to the podcast and thinking, can't believe these guys. Are they for real? Yeah, I don't know. I got some things to say about it because I really wasn't impressed. Anyways, first off, the article by ringtalk.com had the draw-in title of Dean Ambrose to lose the title at Battleground for shocking reasons. Oh, I'm shocked. He may lose the title in a triple threat. The reasons are just shocking. There's no reasons at all. Three men are going to walk into that match. One's walking in as a champion. One's going to walk out. There's no reason. It's a story. It's created. It's scripted. There doesn't have to be a reason why one walks out as the champion or one doesn't walk out as the champion. There's no shocking reason. It's just what happens. Maybe you might not like the reason, or you might not like the fact that the champion that comes out or the champion that doesn't come out, but it doesn't make it any more shocking. There doesn't have to be a reason. There isn't a reason why someone's going to win that match and come out as the champion, and it might not be the person that goes in as champion. So get rid of the crap about shocking reasons. There's no reason why or why not a person's champion. They're a champion because the WWE chooses to make them the champion. Maybe it's because they work hard or they put a lot into it, or they're dedicated, or they draw in revenue, whatever. But ultimately, there doesn't have to be a reason. It's the WWE's decision. It's a TV show. They create the characters. They present the characters in the way they want. And you either buy in and enjoy the story or you don't. You either like the characters or you don't like the characters. You like some, you hate others, or whatever. You like them, none of them, you like all of them. It doesn't matter. If you watch, you enjoy it. That's all that matters. It doesn't have to be a reason why one's champion or one's not. Anyways, that's all I have to say about the article, because the article all it really said is that Dean Ambrose might not come out as champion at Battleground. And yeah, he might not. Personally, I don't see any reason why he shouldn't. I think he likely will, in my opinion, because I don't see any reason why they need to take the title off him before SummerSlam. Do I see him getting out of SummerSlam as a champion? Not really. I got to be honest. I always thought that Dean Ambrose would have a couple of short title runs, interim champion or whatever. In this case, he's a utility champion because it made something out of Money in the Bank. It made us believe and cheer and be excited that something different can happen, unexpected. There's utility for it. It's a good thing. But do I see that keeping him as a champion for a long time? Not really. I don't think I ever did. I don't know. Dean Ambrose is the kind of character that doesn't need a title. He's like the Bart Simpson of the WWE, in my opinion. A grown-up Bart Simpson. He's cool and cocky, and his character carries itself. I don't think he needs to have a title on his shoulder to be Dean Ambrose. So it's great that he's got a chance. Everyone deserves a chance at the title if they're really good. And he is really good. But I don't really see him enhancing the story being the champion as a long time. A lot of fans will love it. Will cheer for him, great. But as like anything else, they'll get bored of the same old thing. The character has to evolve, change. Ultimately, it's the character that's going to drive Dean Ambrose, not a title on his shoulder. And I don't think Dean Ambrose needs a title. I think he's a strong enough character that he's going to stand on his own regardless. Anyways, that's the article. Now, Mr. Brian Thornsburg, the podcast in there about how taking the title off of Dean Ambrose was such a horrible thing. Man, I was listening to this guy, and for one, he's preaching to the choir. He's telling people exactly what they want to hear, and I'm sure he believes it himself. That's not the point. But he has the same opinion as everybody else, and he just tells people what they want to hear and preaches to the choir and reiterates it. Everyone hates Roman Reigns. They don't like him. They don't accept him as champion. They don't want him as champion. They like Dean Ambrose. They cheer for him. There's evidence that he's got a better draw at the house shows. No, he didn't present any evidence, but he's got this evidence. Just a bunch of reiterating to people exactly what they want to hear. Yeah, a great way to sell a podcast, I guess. Does it really have any substance? No, I think it's a bunch of crap myself. The biggest thing, though, was when he says, "We're talking about destroying a man's career here." No, we're not. We're talking about whether he's champion or Dean Ambrose is champion or not. He's not. His career is not going to come to an end because he loses the title. Newsflash: people win a title, they carry the title for a while, and they lose the title. You know, spoiler alert: Dean Ambrose is going to lose the title at some point, whether it's next month, SummerSlam, after SummerSlam. He won the title. He's going to lose the title. It's not going to destroy him. He's still going to go on being Dean Ambrose. Fans, are the fans all of a sudden going to stop cheering for him because he's not the champion anymore because he won the title and then lost it? I should darn well hope not, or else they're not really fans at all. I mean, here's my rant. Anyone who knows me knows I'm a fan of Roman Reigns. I've been a huge fan of Roman Reigns ever since, especially since Seth Rollins kind of screwed him out of the title at WrestleMania, you know, well over a year ago. He lost the title when Seth Rollins came in. I mean, he didn't never win it either, but he was denied a chance at the title because of Seth Rollins. I waited all year. I watched. I cheered. I gave Seth Rollins some support. I wasn't a huge fan or believer in the title run. I cheered against him, like you should against any heel. I sometimes criticized the way they were booking him, but at the same time, I was cheering for Roman Reigns through it all. I cheered for him as I waited for him to get his shot at the title, which seemed to go on forever as Seth took on Randy Orton and then Dean Ambrose, and I watched Roman Reigns have a shot at Money in the Bank, and of course Bray Wyatt screws him out of that. He has a feud with Bray Wyatt. I mean, I wasn't a big fan of the things they were doing with Roman Reigns at that time, but I wasn't going to stop cheering for him. I was a fan. No, he was my guy. He's the guy I cheered for. I wasn't going to stop cheering for him because he wasn't the champion or wasn't being put in the title picture. And then when it came time to finally be in the title picture, I was excited. I was glad he was going to face Seth Rollins. Then, of course, Seth Rollins gets hurt, and then the talk of him finally being given the title anyways because Seth Rollins out of action, it got me excited, like you'd expect. And just like fans of Dean Ambrose were hoping that one day he'd become the champion. And then Roman Reigns wins the title, holds it for all of, 5 minutes, and gets the title taken away by Sheamus. That's it. It sucked. I was glad Roman Reigns won the title. I wouldn't have had him not win the title just because Sheamus was going to take it away from him. It didn't destroy his career for me. It didn't stop me from being a fan. And I hoped that one day he'd win the title again. I didn't know if he would. I kind of hoped and expected he would. And then, what was it, barely a month and a little bit more later, he wins the title on Raw. I was thrilled. I was excited. I watched him, strut the title and battle with Vince McMahon and Hunter, and he held it for a month. And then he lost it. And, yeah, that kind of sucked. I lived with it. I mean, I didn't know he was going to win the title again. I hoped and I believed he might win the title again. He did win the title again. He won it at WrestleMania, and I was happy, and I was cheering. And then, of course, he this time he had a chance to win a couple of pay-per-views and hold it for a couple of months, and I was happy. And then, of course, in the third month at Money in the Bank, I didn't expect him to lose it, but he did. And now he's not the champion. I was happy. I wasn't particularly happy that Seth Rollins won it again, because I didn't think there was any reason for him to win it at that point or that he needed to have it. But I was happy Dean Ambrose came in and got the title from him. And I'm happy for Dean Ambrose. He's a good guy. I think he deserved to hold the title on his shoulder for once this year. And you know what? I'm still not going to stop being a huge fan of Roman Reigns. I don't know if he's going to win the title again. I hope he does. I think he will. I'm going to cheer for him whether he's the champion or not, because he's a character I believe in and I support. Why would it be any different for Dean Ambrose because he holds the title for a month and loses it, or holds the title for 2 months and loses it? Fans, if they're truly fans of Dean Ambrose, should be cheering for him whether he is the champion or not. It's just that simple. I mean, it shouldn't. I mean, you got to give Dean Ambrose fans some credit here. They're not like Dean Ambrose is going to be the champion again in 2 years. 2 years? Oh yeah, I'm going to watch something else in the next couple of years. No, if that's the kind of fan they are, they were never true fans to begin with. They're fair weather fans who only cheer for their team when the team's in the playoffs or has a chance to win the championship. And as soon as their chips are down, they're losing and they stop cheering. That's the kind of fans they are. And I don't think that characteristic of many or most of Dean Ambrose's fans. I think they deserve a lot more credit than that for cheering for a pretty good and exciting guy to watch. And certainly if fans are only fans of Dean Ambrose because he's champion right now, they're only going to cheer for him as long as he's champion, I don't think they're even fans of Dean Ambrose at all. I think what they're fans of is, or why they cheer for their guys, because they believe that if they cheer for a certain guy, they might have power over the WWE and manipulate them into choosing a champion based upon their response. And guess what? There's no reason why they should have that power. Wrestling's a TV show. It's run by people who write to the TV show. It's not run by the fans. It's not chosen by the fans. I mean, yes, they give their input. They give their responses. They cheer. They boo. Whatever. When it comes down to it, they don't write the TV show. The WWE does. And if this is the story they want to tell, it's the story they want to tell. I mean, you don't have to like it. You don't have to like every aspect of every character or every position your favorite character is in. But I would hope you still like your favorite character. I would hope you're not going to stop cheering for Dean Ambrose because of the fact that that they made him champion and take the title away. I mean, boo-hoo. I mean, oh, it's so terrible. It's going to ruin Dean Ambrose's career because they made him champion and he dropped the title right away. He better not drop the title or that'd just be awful, WWE. Don't make the mistake of taking the title off him. If they do, they do. I mean, people are preaching to the choir when they say that putting the title on Roman Reigns was the biggest mistake they ever made. You know what? It wasn't. WWE did not fall apart. The world did not come to an end because Roman Reigns had the title for the last 3 months. It didn't. He was champion. He did his job as champion. He gave us Roman Reigns fans a chance to cheer and be happy. And then he dropped the title. The world didn't come to an end. The WWE didn't come to an end. The brand split's still going to happen no matter who's champion next month. We're going to have changes. Things are going to come and go. The story is going to evolve. Whether Dean Ambrose is champion, whether Roman Reigns is champion, whether Seth Rollins is champion. It's not going to make a difference in the long run. Things are still going to go on. So really, I mean, yeah, if the only reason you cheer for, you're going to cheer for your guy is if he has a chance to be champion, or if he's going to be champion, you're not cheering for a guy because you like the guy. You're cheering because you want to manipulate the WWE into going your way or choosing a guy that you want to have the power to choose. That's a power trip. It's not a fan. If you truly are a fan of Dean Ambrose, keep being a fan of Dean Ambrose. Whether he drops the title next week, next month, in 2 months, in 3 months, keep cheering for your guy. He's your guy. Show that you're a fan. Show some balls and support your favorite guy, man. I've cheered for Roman Reigns for getting close to 2 freaking years through all the hard times and the coming and going of the champions and being the champion for 5 minutes and the champion for a month and then 3 months. And when the times he wasn't the champion, he was fighting that futile feud against Bray Wyatt. If you're a fan, you're a fan. You cheer for your guy. You're glad you see him. You keep watching the show because your guy's there and you get to watch him. Champion, great. Enjoy it. Dean Ambrose fans, enjoy his run at the title. I'm enjoying it. I'm glad to see him with the title for a change. Whether he has it for a week, a month, 2 months, or whatever. I think he's a good guy. He deserves a title run of some sort. And I'm behind it. I don't think it has to last for long. I don't expect it to last for long. But I don't mind him having the title, and I'm not going to go boo-hoo Roman Reigns isn't the champion anymore. And I hope he is the champion again, but maybe he won't be. Maybe it'll be a year. Maybe it'll be 2 years for he's champion again. Maybe the WWE will wait till they can revamp his character and find a way to get the fans behind him before they even consider making him champion again. I don't know. I don't control that. I'll keep cheering for my guy and keep believing in the WWE, enjoying the story, regardless, because it's their story, and so far they've taken me on a pretty good ride, and I've enjoyed the ride, and I certainly enjoy the character of Roman Reigns and seeing my favorite guy on TV, and I'm not going to sit around and boo-hoo just because he doesn't have a piece of gold on his shoulder. And if he ever does become champion again, I'll be happy again. And if if Seth Rollins gets the title back, has a title run, and they make him the guy, whatever, I can live with it. Well, I wasn't the biggest fan of Seth Rollins' last title run, but maybe the next title run will be better. Maybe it won't. But this whole podcast of boo-hoo ruining his career and, oh, don't take the title off him, or it's be the worst mistake ever, since the last worst mistake was making Roman Reigns champion, preaching to the choir, crying doom, crying a river about whether a guy's champion or not. It's all a bunch of bull. Brian Thornsburg, I don't know why you made that podcast, but you didn't say anything inspiring, creative, original. All you did was cry to the WWE saying, please don't take the title off my champion. Off. Maybe it is the people's champion right now. Maybe there is a lot of people behind Dean Ambrose. You know, so maybe there's a reason why he might keep the title. And we don't even know he's going to lose it at Battleground. I mean, really, I don't see any reason why he should. I don't see any problem with him winning the triple threat and keeping the title till SummerSlam or whatever. I mean, it's just rumors. They're just ideas that he might drop the title to Seth Rollins or Roman Reigns. You know, maybe he won't. There's really no particular reason why he should. Either way, I think your podcast is a bunch of garbage. I'll just be honest. I think you can put a little more intelligent thought and arguments about why something is or isn't, rather than just preaching to the choir and crying to the WWE to do things the way you want. You know, because one is not going to be a hill of beans anyways. I mean, the WWE is not going to watch your podcast and go, oh, I'm so heartbroken for you. I really feel what you're saying, you know. Yeah, you know, we can't take the title off Seth or off Dean Ambrose now because it's heartfelt. I really feel what you're saying. No. They're going to take the title off Dean Ambrose. They're going to take the title off Dean Ambrose because that's the story they want to tell. And if they don't, and obviously they don't care whether you boo or cheer or whatever Roman Reigns, as long as you want to watch. You want to cheer for him, against him, whatever. And I mean, I don't really see any problem with Roman Reigns anyways. I mean, yeah, certain things he does is better than others. I like the character he was presenting on the last Raw than some of the other things he's done. But either way, whether he's good guy, bad guy, the guy, I'm going to support the guy because I really think he's got a tough, stern character that I believe in as a champion. And I don't have any problem with Seth Rollins too. He's a fairly sturdy guy. And Dean Ambrose is, you know, fairly sturdy, got a unique, striking look to him. But so I mean, really, any of those three guys could easily be champion without any issues. Unfortunately, when the three get together, you know, it seems like Dean Ambrose kind of looks a little dwarfed in size compared to the two, and you know, it's tougher to make a believable match where Dean Ambrose beats Roman Reigns or even Seth Rollins a little less so because they're a little closer in size. But I mean, there's no reason. I mean, they tell stories of little guys beating big guys all the time. So I mean, the story is there if they want, but there's no point in sitting around and going boo-hoo and, oh, you know, the rumors of him dropping the title and, oh, for the most horrible reasons whatsoever. It doesn't have to be a reason. It doesn't have to be an answer or a why or a what. It's just a story. Either you watch the story and you enjoy the story, or you don't. And me, I'm enjoying the story. I've been having a great ride with WWE the last couple of years, whether I agreed with Seth Rollins being a champion every step of the way or the title run they gave him or not. I still enjoyed the show. I still kept watching. I watch every chance I can get. I mean, I think that's the nature of a true fan, not fans who only cheer that everybody does what they want. They're not always going to do what you want. It's a TV show. It's their TV show, ultimately. They're the writers, not you. You can give them lots of ideas. You can cheer or boo or give them whatever feedback you want and hope that they follow it. But when it comes down to it, it's a TV show, and it's their TV show to write. And it's your TV show to decide if you want to watch or not. It's just that. It's just wrestling. That's all it is. Anyways, that's all I got to say on the topic. I guess I've already gone on for 18 minutes. Longer than I had originally planned. But, well, thanks for listening if you've come with me this far. Yeah, I hope we enjoy Battleground. I hope SummerSlam's awesome and you know the ride carries on through WrestleMania. But whether, I mean, if John Cena wins the title again and sets his record, I'll be happy. If Seth Rollins the champion, I'll live with it. I'll be happy. Dean Ambrose keeps being the champion, I'll be happy. And if Roman Reigns wins it again, I'll be happy. There's got to be a champion. Someone's got to be it. It doesn't necessarily matter who it is. The story is going to be told regardless of who the champion is. And if you like the story, you like the story. And if you don't, you know, watch something else that night. But so far, I haven't had many bad months in WWE where I didn't want to watch and didn't want to see every Raw, at least to some extent. Find out what's going to happen next. And if you don't, I know it's too bad. I don't know what to say. That's, I guess, it's your right to your opinion and to have interest in what you want to have interest in. But I'm still going to keep enjoying the ride as far as I can tell. Anyways, once again, I'm Daniel Jobber. You can follow me at Daniel Jobber on Twitter. You can email me at danieldanieljobber@gmail.com. I have Daniel or Bad Player 03 on YouTube. You can check out my videos there. That's where this video is. And I have a website, danieldanieljobber.ca, where I have videos and all kinds of other stuff, music, things I do. And they're for your entertainment. I hope you'll check it out. Anyways, thanks for watching the video, and if you enjoy it, I hope you'll Give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And hope to see you next time when I got something else to say. Jobber out.